as I mentioned earlier, if you send a broadcast message from maybe this guy, it goes here, it goes here, it goes, like I said, broadcast message will be sent to all the other interfaces apart from the one who sent the message. So maybe this port sent it. So it goes here, then all the other ports will receive the broadcast messages. And because this is a switch, switches will definitely propagate broadcast messages. They'll send it here. This will also send it to all their interfaces and all that. And because of this mechanism, you can have, it means that they all belong to the same network. And so you can create some VLANs on this one, which will belong to the same network at the same time, and they will be able to communicate because there will be a mechanism for them to be able to communicate. We'll see that soon. Now, when you create VLANs on a network, what you've done in effect is that you've created some segmentation. So basically, when you create VLANs, what happens is that you limit the number of broadcast messages or broadcast, you limit the size of the broadcast. And so let's say if I create accounts VLAN here, it means that if I ping the broadcast address from, or if I send a broadcast message from anybody within the account network, it only goes to people within the account network. So these people, this time around, these people will not receive it because they are not in the same broadcast domain. If I ping the broadcast address from my marketing, which is a different VLAN, it will also ping only these guys because I've created a VLAN which will be working for these ones only. Same applies to this. So it limits the number of broadcasts. Apart from that, it also helps or improves the performance of your devices and your network because you reduce how much bandwidth you utilize within your network. So basically, unnecessary traffics will not be sent. And you may be thinking, oh, but this one, it doesn't do anything. It does a lot of things. The reason is this. These devices that you have on your network are using power. They are using resources on the network. They're using resources on your switch and all that. Your switch has multiple jobs they will be doing at a particular point in time. And so it doesn't have to focus on unnecessary traffic. And so the more you put a lot of pressure on this, it's just like a human being. You may be very intelligent, but if you're given too much tasks to do at a particular point in time, you become exhausted. The same thing applies to the devices. And so if you have a mechanism to enhance or increase or improve the performance of your device, you have to do it. And one mechanism is VLANs. If you feel that you can segment your traffic and that will be helpful to your network, why don't you do that? Because once you do that, it improves the performance on the device. Apart from that, it improves security also because there's no way somebody within, so by default, if you are within a particular VLAN, you cannot communicate with people. It's like if you are within a particular network, you cannot communicate with somebody outside your network. You have to go to a router. And so once you create a VLAN, it's more like a security mechanism because you're trying to isolate traffic in a particular network. And the good thing about it is that if something happens in this VLAN, people in other VLANs will not be affected. Why? Because that VLAN, people in that second VLAN are not going to have any issues because technically they cannot see what's happening in other VLANs. And this is why it is important.